Hello, good evening, lovely people. How you doing? I hope and I believe you are doing amazing by the awesome grace of the Almighty. It's your girl again, Ajua She. No, I will summon you break. So today we are here by the mercies of the Almighty. It's a Friday night and the time is 7 o'clock p.m. right here in New York City. The song that you are listening to is Mo by PSC Esther. Eradi mo. Eradi, indeed we say mo. Mo in the Tree language means good job. Thank you, a good job done. So basically, the song is saying, thank you, God. Thank you for all your greatness and your mercies towards us. Thank you. Where would I be? Maybe you don't know my story. That's right, again, right here is Adinkra Multimedia right here in New York City. We want to say thank you all for tuning in, and we see all you amazing people tuning in from Facebook. We see over 100 people right now. Thank you. Let me show you now. So right now, all I want you to do is to share the link. What is here? Share link Nimobia. Share my mommy. Share my papa. Share my unianum. What dofo? Tell them Adinkra Multimedia is right here on your dial. Don't go nowhere. And before much I do, we have some amazing people in the house. And before I say anything else, we'd like to give a very big thank you to our amazing sponsors, the people who have been holding Adinkra Multimedia down. We want to say thank you to EcoBank. EcoBank wants you to open a dollar account or a CD account right here, and you can purchase properties with that account. You can also get loans with that account and also pay bills with your account. Enjoy your stay in GH with your account. Open a GH account either in cities or in dollars. In order to open that account, you can call the number +233 26 714 3006. That's right. To get that month account. The next one we're going to say amazing thank you to is My Homes in Sync. It says, build your dream home. Build a dream home right here. You can get an Airbnb and all of that with Myla. Listen, please make sure that you do call them to get your own dream home, and also the home with security, pool for swimming, and internet. Internet, swimming pool, and everything is located. So please don't forget to call +233 530 36462 +233 530 360 The next one we're gonna say amazing thank you is our Cass Organic Mixture. So skin skin come for glowing skin and for all treatments of skin problems, dark spots. Please make sure to call at our Cass Organics Mixture to bring your skin to its perfection. And the number to call is 917-836-3155. And also, how can I forget, there's an amazing product in the house, and we've been advertising it in Team Pacho. So won't pair with the idea. This is the opportunity. This is the time for you to get yours. Is the ginger honey chips. When you look right here on the screen, so basically this is ginger ayadaise that has been dried and it's been sauteed with honey, and some really great features in there to help your body, especially good for inflammation. Ginger is a really great natural thing to fight inflammation of the body and also heal all body illnesses. So it's baked ginger, baked honey as well. So please make sure that you do get yours. It's dried chips and it's really nice. It's made in Ghana and by WAG Consults Limited. And if you are in Ghana and you want to purchase this, the phone number to get this is 027-762-9644. And in the USA, you would like to purchase as well, the number is 862-215-2644. 20007 is the honey ginger chips. Listen, it's made in Ghana, fresh with a Ziploc seal. There's no way I be dry. What do you say? So with that being said, I think say for chips and you already know the man that is in the house today. So without much ado, please help me welcome Counselor Luttrot. Counselor,
hi.
What's up? How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you doing?
That's good. Good to see you. You're looking nice in that yellow outfit tonight. Hey, Charlie, what's yes? Will come out.
You know that
I like that.
I wear regularly will be coming for my wife. If it's a gift, I still say thank you to who gives it. But even when you give to me and she's not approved that I should wear it, it will be very difficult to wear. So let me say a big thank you to my wife for giving me what to wear tonight. Actually, she said this is better. You know, she doesn't know how the weather is, but she said wear this. I'm wearing it.
No, you are wearing it.
It's better than to sacrifice.
That's
so thank you very much.
That's right.
And thank you for advertising our ginger honey chips for us.
Yes. You can go ahead and give some more details about the ginger honey chips.
This winter time, don't miss it. Just get one for yourself and you will feel the warmness inside. Don't wait till you break down. The singer's in the place. Don't wait till your voice cracks down. Chew them whilst you are strong. Don't wait to break down before you chew. So thank you for pushing it. And then we are all waiting for the Heroes Night as well. I think I have to go and come back for the Heroes Night. But it's going to be a wonderful time in November. We will be ready to be part of it. Get your tickets. It's very important. This is table by table. So wherever you are, get ready, follow us, and then watch all the adverts on the screen. And go to the Ninkra Multimedia portal and get your tickets. It's very important because I will be there. It's going to be wonderful together with Kiddy. It's going to be fun, and the heroes will be awarded. So it's been nice. I'm here and ready to serve as I always do.
Nanyan. Kitty will be right here in on Adinkra Heroes Night in Pacho. Please make sure that you do not take yourself out of it. If you haven't gotten your tickets, but your tickets in anybody that sells any other tickets, then it has to look like this with our barcode and a QR code as well. So for regular, it's $100. Super VIP, and so we'll vibe and all. It's our double scanner. So please, for regular tickets, it's going to be $100 and it's happening on November 25th. Please, no Ghana man time from 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. And the whole concept of Adinkra Heroes Night is to recognize all amazing people who are doing great things and impacting the community, the African diaspora as a whole, and people who are making great impacts. It's all to recognize them and to say more and so please make sure that you do get yours on for that event. All right, awesome. So before much ado, I think say my people want to hear from my counselor and net in common is going to be really one interesting one. And for today's talk, we're going to be focusing on the effects on parenting. Parenting is a really great thing that every individual, before you were born into this life, there were certain people that gave birth to you, certain people that nurtured you, were there for you in your upbringing and basic needs that you need as an individual. And then these are our parents. These are the God-chosen people that we came to this earth through. However, not everyone got a smooth parenting, right? Not everyone got it as fully nyanya. Some people also have to work very hard to attain and get what they want to get in life. So today we're going to be talking about parenting. What are some of the negative traits of good parenting, the bad ones as well? How can we combat that as an individuals, and then we can move forward as a society? So without much ado, I'm going to be handing the conversation to Counselor Luttrot so that he can go ahead and tell us a little bit more about this. So, Counselor, when we say parenting, what would you use to describe the word parenting? Parenting, idea.
Well, thank you very much. Let me cherish good evening again to discerning viewers wherever they are. I think that the first thing you should hear is that if you hear the word parenting, it is an act of raising or rearing a child or children.
Okay.
Simple. So when And when we talk about parents, parents are where the producers of the child are taking care of the child, giving the child his basic needs. So it is a father and a mother. But like the African adage says that it takes a village to raise a child. And we all believe that charity begins at home. So even though the parenting we are discussing here is about father and mother, we will expand it to grandma, grandpa, and other members of the family. So parenting is raising a child or rearing a child to become an adult.
Okay.
And remember, parenting doesn't end. As long as you are born by a man and a woman, you will forever be parented. And where there are parents, there are children, or there is a child. So if you ask me what is parenting, is an act of rearing or raising a child or children to become adults.
Okay.
So that's what it is.
Okay. So, bless me. Being that in this act of raising children, do you think just anyone can raise a child? Anyone can bring a child into this world and raise them?
Well, it's a very good question that it can, and yes, it's the biggest yes for us. Why do I say the biggest yes for us? It's the biggest yes because children are not supposed to be born by chance.
Okay.
But they are supposed to be born by choice.
Hey, Counselor, this one, this one that you're saying, there are so many people that have had kids and they say, "Oh, a mistake. The child came out of maybe a quickie bee and I'm finding PFE. It came sort of how they say a mistake. I don't believe a child should come as a mistake, but some people things happen and it's out of their hands. They can't control that.
So you become a child as a result of an act of pregnancy.
Okay.
You'll be born because your father and mother had sexual intercourse.
Okay.
And because of the intercourse, that is why you have become a child. So if you're asking whether a child can be born by mistake, yes, we shouldn't shy away from the truth.
Okay.
I said children are supposed to be born by virtue of choices, not by chance.
Okay.
So this quickie thing you're saying could lead to pregnancy. Then they become by chance, not by choice. Unfortunately for us, the process by which you come has the tendency of affecting your well-being. That we can take away from it.
Okay.
Whatever you grow to be, seriously speaking, nobody knows the future. As I sit here, I know the present. I have knowledge of my past, but I wish for a future that I'm not sure of.
Yeah.
So yes, some children were born by chance, not by choice.
Okay, by chance.
So definitely they'll be called a mistake children. And it is not a lie.
Okay.
And that is why when children are born even out of wedlock, they are called bastards. And it's, if you check the definition of bastard, it means a child born out of wedlock. So it is not an insult, it's a description. It's a description. But you can be born as a bastard by proper parenting. You can be raised and not become what people will be looking out for because you were not born within the wedlock. Because you can still be parented out of wedlock. Because parenting doesn't come as a result of marriage. And I'm going to tell you the type of pregnancies that produce children. So if we say children are supposed to be born, not by chance, but by choice, we have 3 forms of pregnancies.
Okay.
Per my research, and this is how I put it. We have what we call the planned pregnancy.
Okay. And
We are what we call the unwanted pregnancy.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about planned pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy, and people will not understand why you have a planned pregnancy. What is planned pregnancy? What is unplanned pregnancy? And what is unwanted pregnancy? So there are three forms of pregnancies.
Okay.
Planned pregnancy, unplanned pregnancy, and unwanted pregnancy. A planned pregnancy is where I am in a relationship and I have decided to be pregnant, either by virtue of marriage, or the two of us are having talking jolly, sana no kwe. And we know Shigege is ovulating. She's not on the pill. And we are having unwanted sexual, unprotected sexual intercourse. And because the sexual intercourse is unprotected, the likelihood of it producing a child is there.
Yeah.
I was just seated this evening and one sweetheart of mine just called me and said, "Hey, do you know what has happened?" I said, "What?" He said, "Can you imagine that my daughter just had a first menstruation?
Oh. How old
But
is
I'm
she?
not happy." I said, "Why are you not happy?" He
Why?
said, "Because she's 10.
Hey. No. 10 years?
Yes.
How can you have your
The first.
Ghana or America? 10 years?
Yes. You can have your menses at 9. The hormones the hormones that produces menstruation can start at 9.
Yeah, but for majority of people, it starts like 12, getting to 13 when the teenage
Yeah, but she just hit it at 10 this morning. And she's menstruating now. She's a woman. Do you know how old Mary was?
Jesus. Mary was like very young. She was like 12.
Mary was 13 and gave birth to Jesus. So ideally, when a woman is 13 years, but because of the laws we have stated, based on academic calendar we want people to run, we know that that's defilement when you have sex with a lady that is below 18. Do you understand? So, I mean, she just told me the daughter has started menstruating. I said, wow, she's a woman now. But she's not too happy that the daughter is having the menses at 10 years.
10, yeah. Oh my.
But that's what she came to meet. Because the youngest mother in Ghana is 9 years and gave birth to 3+. So you look at this scenario. So I'm saying that we have what we call the planned pregnancy. And planned pregnancy is where you're having sex unprotected and you know this act will make me pregnant. It is where married couple have planned to have their firstborn in the first 2 years of their marriage, have their secondborn in the second 2 years of their marriage, space their children 2 years, so that the wife can really have the liquor settling, blood settling, water settling. When a woman goes through labor and waits for the next 18 to 24 months and takes seed again, she recovers better and have a strength to push. Even if it's still CS, elective CS, it's advised that the spacing of your children should be 2 years. It means that plan.
Yeah.
So planned pregnancy is what we call children that are born not out of chance but by choice. What is unplanned pregnancy? Unplanned pregnancy is still people who are together like husband and wife, who within the plan of 2 years spacing of a child, because they don't know what ovulation is, or they are not on a pill, or not doing coitus interruptus, that can fail.
Counselor, they are not on the pill, they are not using protection, or they are not doing what?
Coitus interruptus.
Okay, I'm guessing that's the scientific name for pull-out game.
Oh, so you know what is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you are a good virgin. Oji Medase. So, which has failed a lot of people.
Does that thing work?
It has failed a lot of people.
Ha.
I have never practiced coitus before. Coitus interruptus have not.
But you know that in the Bible, somebody got killed for doing that.
No, the person was not killed for the coitus interruptus.
So the person was killed for what? The children? Or he didn't because he didn't want to have child with the woman?
You see, that scripture that the people have been saying that when you use condom, you will go to hell and all those things. That's not the reason. The reason was that the lady married the brother. The brother died, and by tradition, they gave in the next brother to do. Now, when they married him to the brother's wife, he accepted to continue procreation with the brother's wife. So, if you have accepted to continue procreation and you are enjoying the woman, why, when you are ejaculating so that the woman can have a child, you are pulling it out? So he was punished not because he pulled it out, but he was punished for accepting the fact that he will continue procreation and is deceiving. So coitus interruptus is not a sin, and you will not be killed. That's why people say don't use condom, because when you use condom, it's coitus interruptus. It's not true.
Exactly.
There's nothing sinful about using condom. It is part of the planned prevention of unwanted pregnancy, STDs, and any other sexually transmitted disease or whatever you're thinking of. So condom use is not a sin. So the pastors that are saying condom use is a sin, when you use condom, you are, please,
I don't
stop
want to
this
believe
scripture that you are using to tell people that it's a sin.
I don't want to believe there's a doctrine that people are using to say that when you use protection during sex is a sin.
But why people not even doing family planning?
Yeah, but family planning, you are married and you are planning it.
You don't
are
even need to marry to
children.
do family planning. Family planning is not meant for the married. It's meant for everybody. Sexually active person.
Okay, so why are people using this as a doctrine to tell people not to engage in
Because they don't
protected sex?
understand it and they don't want to learn. So they want to say what they don't know, and they become liars. And they become negative preachers. Because they are not doctrine, they are building dogmas for themselves. Because the original doctrine.
Preach it.
Do you know who is the father of Moses? Nobody knows the father of Moses. But scripture says when Moses was in a situation, God came to Moses and told Moses that I am the God of your father. So God knows the father of Moses. But in a story we read, when the mother of Moses was trying to protect Moses, the father was not there. And the mother didn't sleep with herself. No woman gets pregnant by herself, except somebody has sexual intercourse with them and deposit a spermatozoa in them. So I keep saying that no child is fatherless, and there's nothing called single parenting. Delete it from the system.
Wait, Counselor. With that, it would sound a bit controversial because a lot of women and men are raising children by themselves, and this is because
it doesn't make them single parents.
So what does it make them?
You are still a parent.
But you are one parent that's raising the child. So you're a single parent.
You are not a single parent. It's a choice.
Single parenthood is not a choice.
It is.
There are some people who are married and their husbands or spouses decide to leave them or decide to find other people that they want to build life with. How do you choose to raise a child by yourself?
So I'm saying it's a choice, and I'll explain.
Okay, please do.
So let me finish with the 3 types of pregnancy.
Okay.
So I'm saying that I've given you the first one, which is by choice, plan. And the unplanned is that I am with my wife. And we've decided that our son is not yet 2 years. So we're having coitus interruptus. We're using all the methods. And unplanned pregnancy comes because we are married. There's legitimacy for you to have a child. Nobody will beat you because it's not unwanted. But by the plan we have, you have gotten pregnant at the wrong time. For example, you are breastfeeding your baby. Then all of a sudden you get pregnant. It's the wrong time.
True.
The reason because scientifically, the buildup of the breast milk for every child starts, the hormone that produces breast milk starts when you take seed. So the production of the breast milk is
high,
calculating to be formed with the 3 layers by your 9th month and 2 weeks.
Okay.
So before you complete the 9th month, your breast milk has been produced.
Yeah.
all the 3 layers. Now, this is what happens to the baby. You are breastfeeding and you get pregnant. It means that the type of breast milk, the breast will start producing milk that is not supposed to be taken by that child who has already finished the layers and is drinking the original one. Now, those who will not understand what I'm saying, as a mother, just express the breast milk and put it down. You can see that it forms 3 layers: light, lighter, and deep. So that is how it is in your chamber. That is why when you're breastfeeding your child, we tell you that make sure that the child will suck enough, because there are times that the first one they suck, it's difficult for them to meet the original one, which is the last layer. So once your pregnancy, you are pregnant, all of a sudden you are producing breast milk. So unwanted pregnancy comes in when you are breastfeeding. All of a sudden, the child is not gone to where you are supposed to stop breastfeeding. You've not done your 2 years of exclusive breastfeeding. Then you get pregnant again. So the pregnancy begins to produce a new breast milk.
Okay.
Now, this type of pregnancy you got was not planned for. Even though you had a husband, even though the 2 of you knows that you can get pregnant, this one you are preventing it. Maybe your husband ejaculated outside the condom. Or you are using a female condom and your husband pull his male organ at the other side of the condom instead of inside the condom. Or maybe you are trying to do a calculation, which most of you don't know what ovulation is. People don't know ovulation at all. I know you know it because the last time I came, you made a mistake, but you learned.
What mistake? You know what?
You remember that day? So
okay.
What's ovulation, a woman?
Counselor, I got answer.
I don't know why most of you believe that when we ask what is ovulation, it becomes difficult. We are not asking what is your ovulation.
Yeah.
I'm saying what is ovulation, not your ovulation.
Okay.
So tell us, as a
No,
young,
since
happy
you,
girl.
you are the counselor. You young day.
But you're a young girl. You're not an old woman. So what
I
is
am
ovulation?
a young girl. So it's a process by which nature, the natural eggs inside of a woman begins to build up, and then it forms inside of a woman. It's a natural process.
So how do you observe your ovulation as a woman?
You should know.
How?
Before it's every woman should know their period cycle. And be able to calculate when
So I
you're
give my
ovulating.
period cycle.
Okay, so when is your
I
period
menstruate
cycle?
5 days.
Okay.
So I finish my menses on the 5th.
Okay.
So when is my ovulation?
Your menses is on the
I saw my last droppings on the 5th of October. So when is my ovulation?
Okay, so ovulation typically begins after 4 or 5 days after your period.
So 4 or 5 days after period,
Yeah.
ovulation begins.
Yeah, after a week, your ovulation will begin because
So
the
when-
egg has
so-
now been gone
So you
away.
are telling me that I finish my menstruating on the 5th. So 4 or 5 days is when?
6, 7, 8, 9th. 9th.
9th is my ovulation. And ovulation means eggs are ready to meet spermatozoa to make babies. Is that not it?
Yeah.
That's what ovulation means.
Yeah.
Or what's ovulation?
Because even after the ovulation, after the period, there's a free period where you
So
can have
what you are
sex
telling me
without.
that-
No, then my calculation is wrong. Because
So you see you can get-
that's
so
the
you see
free
how you can get
period.
pregnant?
Yes, that's the free period.
So if you use this one right now, you can get pregnant.
I miscalculated. I forgot about the free period.
People have unwanted pregnancy by miscalculation.
Yeah.
So you are married, it doesn't give you license to have sexual intercourse just anytime. So ovulation is simple.
Yeah.
The 10th day after the last droppings
Of
of your
period.
menstruation.
Yeah.
Shigege, keep this. This is the last time I'll teach you this.
Teach me.
I've made it very simple for you. You can't find it in any book because I've not written a book on menstruation yet and ovulation.
Do you want to-
Ovulation is the 10th day after your last day of menstruation. So I finish my menses on the 5th. 5 plus 10 is what?
15.
So on the 15th is my ovulation. However, the spermatozoa of an active man like me have the tendency of staying for 72 hours
In a woman's body.
in around the ovaries. So once it's 72 hours when I ejaculate in you, we say this. We don't know that you might not be sure of your last day, like I say on the 5th. Some believe it's on the 5th, but on the 5th, I saw something small on the 6th. So they are not sure of the last day. We said because the sperm can stay with you 3 days, which is 72 hours. Some are doing 10 days. Then observe this 15th day minus 3 plus 3. Why minus 3? So you are expecting to ovulate on the 15th. And I have sexual intercourse with you on the 12th. Because the sperm will stay 3 days. It will wait 12, 13, 14, and enter the 15th. So a lot of people who don't know the calculation are waiting to say, I will not have sex on the 15th because it's ovulation. But unfortunately for them, a strong-headed spermatozoa that has head and tail will swim and will hit the 15th. And they become pregnant.
Okay.
There are others that they are looking like they're on the 15th at 6 a.m. But on the 15th starts 12. So we were having sexual intercourse around 11:55. And we're in the act that he ejaculated around 12:01. You are pregnant.
You've entered into it.
The gate of ovulation works by Kairos moment.
When the gates opening.
That is why those of us who are, I am a fertility counselor. Those people who are barren and we are working on them to get pregnant, we give them times and seasons to penetrate.
Okay.
Unless the spermatozoa of your husband is low. And we have 3 forms of sperm. No sperm, low sperm, and normal sperm. The normal sperm has a head, a tail. It can wiggle and go and meet an egg. The low sperm count are sperms that have no head. So they can't swim, but they can move. They have no tail. So when somebody is moving, then they move along.
Okay.
So your husband's sperm, the sperm count will determine whether you can have an unwanted pregnancy. So you are ovulating. Most people have sex when they are not ovulating. And they believe there's a problem. Check your schedule. Check your shift. Anytime your husband is supposed to have sex with you for you to be pregnant, you are on shift. So you have sex and the good sperm is thrown away. So ovulation is the 10th day. But because the sperm can stay within 3 days, 72 hours, we say don't have sex 3 days before. If you will do, rather do it protected. But the D-day itself is on the 15th. If I'm using my menstrual cycle, for example. Now, you might not be sure of the right day. Some of you will say that, yes, on the 15th, but on the 5th, no, bibi bae. Until they observe the 15th, but maybe 6 in bibi kitwe bae. So we say, can you add 3 days to it? So ovulation is the 10th day after your menses, but it is minus 3 plus 3. So you look at it that because the sperm can stay 3 days, minus 3 by 3. When people miss this thing, then they have what we call the unplanned pregnancy.
Okay.
So they have a legitimate husband, a legitimate sexual partner. They have planned not to have a child now. So they are practicing a particular method of not allowing the sperm to go. But all of a sudden, because they didn't plan it well, they have what we call the unplanned pregnancy. The last one is called the unwanted pregnancy.
Okay, Counselor, before you quickly get into the unwanted pregnancy, you know there's some women who have irregular menstrual cycles. It comes today, it comes this and that. So it's like, it doesn't have a timeline that it follows all the time. So for women who get pregnant or who are having sexual intercourse within these times, and they know that, okay, this is my safe period, this is my ovulation period, and they end up getting pregnant in their safe period, then what is that?
Nobody
unwanted
gets
pregnancy?
pregnant in your safe period.
No, if the period is irregular.
So it is not, you've not got, your period is irregular. What do you call irregular menstruation? That thing they say is a lie. What is irregular menstruation?
No.
So we have hormonal imbalances. So let me tell you what happens.
Okay.
So we have what we call the hormonal imbalances.
that causes...
That comes as a result of stress, dieting, environmental change, exercise. So when you have an imbalance in your menstruation, it means you see, and this is what happens. So you have 35 cycle, 28-day cycle. And I am doing the 28-day cycle. So this is what happens to menstruation. Menstruation can never change beyond 7 days. Plus or minus. Most of you say it's irregular menstruation. And I don't understand you. So I started my menses September 30th. and I entered October, and I did 5 days. So I finished on the 5th of October. But I started the menses on the 30th September. I get to the picture here.
Yeah.
I'm expecting my menses again. But I look at myself that I finished my menses on the 5th of October.
Okay.
Even though I started the 30th September. And by my 28-day cycle, the next, if you are watching me and you are doing your calculation, your next menses is going to happen again on the 30th of October. Then they say I've menstruated 2 times. Should I explain to you again?
Explain, because there are people who cycle.
Your last menses.
Okay.
So calculate it right now and count whether it will not hit on the 28th. I had my menses. It started on the 30th September, which is last month. But I finished on the 5th of October. So my next menses, I'm expecting it -7 + 7. So if you do -7 of 5, it will go back to September 29th.
Okay.
So on the 29th day of October, I can have my menses. I didn't menstruate 2 times in a month.
Okay. Okay.
I get it.
I get it. I get
That
it.
is where people are getting the confusion. That once I finish on the 5th of October, October should not give me menstruation again. It should be November. But if you are sitting down and October 30th has come and you don't have your menses, because it's +7, 30 + 7 go hit on the 5th, on the 2nd. So there are other people that because menstrual cycle is -7 + 7. Hear this. So I did on the 30th and ended on the 5th. When I'm expecting it the next month, I'm doing -7 of my last day of menstruation. So 5 - 7 will take me to 29.
29.
So I'm expecting my menses, if it's going back again to the original, 29th October.
That's
Now,
all.
if it's +7, then +7 means the day you finish, which is the 29th, the day I finish on the 5th, +7. So 29 + 7 is what? 5. So I can still have my menses on the 5th of November. It is normal cycle. Irregular menstruation is when you are supposed to ovulate and then your hormones do what we call the crisis and brings you a case to have your menses again. Now,
Okay.
that one, observe. You see, people don't know. Women, you are supposed to weigh your menstrual pad if you are using a pad. Know the weight. So that when you're having menstruation and there's a difference between bleeding and menstruating.
What? Bleeding and explain.
They are not the same. Oh.
Explain. Are you?
Menstruation is not bleeding.
So what is it?
It is the breaking of an ovulated egg.
And I said,
So
bad.
shedding off of blood as a result of an ovulated egg is different from when you are bleeding.
Okay, so how would you describe bleeding, since you just meant
When you say you are bleeding, it means that it has no timelines. The volume is great. The woman with the issue of blood in the Bible till today, there have not been any scientific research to prove what type of sickness she was suffering from, because she was bleeding for 12 years. So people should know the difference between bleeding and menstruating. Otherwise, you pass off. So watch the volume of your menstruation. And because it's a shedding of blood through the vaginal walls, what happens to you here is that it is shedding, will come in a certain volume, and as you are ending it on your last day, it should start ceasing. Then you dry up. But with bleeding, you don't see any change. Now, the smell there is a particular smell. The ionic smell from menses doesn't appear in bleeding.
Okay.
So the smell of your menses should tell you this is menstruation, this is bleeding. Now, the 0.5 seconds of a clotting profile of every individual on earth. When you have a cut right on your finger, the blood is supposed to clot very fast.
Yeah.
That's vitamin K. That is why those of you who do more garlic direct we advise you to be careful because garlic is a blood thinner and reduces your clotting profile.
It is. A lot of people say garlic is really good for your health, and I mean everything
We're not saying
has
it's bad for your health. It is a
negative.
blood thinner.
Okay, so it thins
So
the
it
blood.
helps you deal with clotting. But if you do it too much, then your clotting profile
Will be low.
is lost. And when it gets lost, then you need vitamin K. Do you know why when a woman finishes delivering and we retain placenta, the first injection we give is vitamin K for clotting? So there's a difference between bleeding and menstruating. Sorry, viewers. Because of pregnancy, that's why we're explaining these things to Sugar Girl, because we don't want you to become pregnant unwanted or unplanned. So when you say, I have menstruated twice, I have irregular menstruation, simply put, it means that your date has changed.
Okay.
The fact that you are menstruating 30th every time, it can change. And the change, when we say it's irregular is when it's beyond your 7 days, plus or minus. However, medication can affect your menstrual cycle. Exercise, stress, joy, sadness, mood swings can affect your regular menstruation. But watch this secret. The anatomy of the human body, how God created you. If you are anemic and you don't have enough blood, your menses will not come regular.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you're watching
don't
me
have
and you
it.
can remember that a certain time I didn't menstruate, you need to check your hemoglobin profile, your HB. That within the 11, the 12 to 11, are you having a proper HB? God is not a fool. If you don't have enough blood, you won't shed it.
Yeah.
So menses na time na do e ba ketewa bi na jai menti ase me koye test so menyimo eti me hu dia ba I'm confused. I'm not pregnant, but so go and check your HB, and when you go and check, they'll tell you you're anemic. So when you start any blood tonic properly, then the menstruation will flow. So every woman should make sure that your HB profile is correct. Otherwise, you have that challenge of what you will call irregular menstruation. And the danger in irregular menstruation means that you are not able to ovulate, so that you become fertile and become pregnant. Because if you don't menstruate, you can't be pregnant.
Yeah. That's true. So women, not every woman can menstruate. So I guess those are the.
So if you don't menstruate, you can't. The menstruation.
The barren.
Menstruation means you are shedding off ovulated eggs.
That didn't.
So you were ready that you have laid the eggs,
But
the eggs didn't meet a spermatozoa to cook it to become a being.
So the baby and I have been.
It's a being, it's a fetus. So that is what you can say. But when people are barren, we will discuss, before I leave, we'll discuss causes of barrenness. When you are barren, the factors of you being barren has different things. So people are menstruating though, but they are not able to put to birth, or they are not able to give birth. They have so many challenges. You might have some challenge with the fallopian tubes. You might have some challenge with some particular issues of myomas which is what you call fibroid, preventing the fetus to form. You might have challenges with, even though you are menstruating, your ovaries are not producing healthy eggs that can meet spermatozoa. And you can also have a challenge of a man sleeping with you whose sperm is not correct. It is normal water.
Okay, so counselor, how about you tell our viewers what are some of the foods they can eat, especially the ladies, that can boost their hemoglobin levels, like foods that contain potassium, iron,
Look, any iron type food, and our
which are kontomire,
kontomire is
spinach.
solid.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a spinach here. So what
Yeah.
am I saying? So kontomire.
Yeah.
And then this local abedro, what do you call it? There's a English name.
Yeah.
That small round.
Kwawun suswa.
That small ones.
What is it called? Something peas.
Yes, that small thing has
Yeah.
higher level naturally of producing it. Now, you also want to check your vegetable protein as well. Anything that can give you blood, go ahead for it. But remember, your body contains 75% of water. So reduce the juice and do more water.
America had a juice no because
So do water. Because water will also help you flow the blood. And the fact that you are clotting constantly when you are menstruating, also have don't just take it for granted. Seek a medical attention if you constantly clot when you are menstruating.
How big should a clotting look like? Should
Once
it be
a clot.
No, but the size, I read somewhere that if it's bigger than the size of a pea, those green peas,
My sister,
or a blueberry, then
My
there is
sister.
a caution.
Once you are clotting, seek for medical attention.
Okay, so the period shouldn't clot at all. It should just come.
We didn't say it shouldn't clot at all.
Okay.
But once you see a clot, seek for medical attention, because when you are clotting whilst menstruating, there are many factors that I cannot sit here as a licensed practitioner to tell you. So that we don't want to put fear and panic in the heart of anybody. So that okay, say who clotter, not just say when you're fibroid. Okay, say who clotter, not just say why I say who beyond that. No, that's not what I'm saying. So with all these factors, somebody can miss this and be pregnant unplanned. What is unwanted pregnancy? If I've answered your menstrual cycle questions, are you okay with the menstruation?
Yes.
So people should learn that if you want to have a child in future, let your menstruation be very important to you. For women. So that's why my friend's daughter at 10 has started menstruating and she's happy. And a friend just sent me that in UK, the daughter started menstruating at 8. Is here the story? Is here.
8.
Is it yes?
8 years old.
Yes. He said, oh yes. He said, I have a friend whose daughter menstruated at 8 years in UK.
That's deep, because
So if you meet a girl who started menstruating at 8 and she's 30, she's not yet had a child, I don't say you've done well. That's a big disgrace for me.
Counselor, no, babies, as much as you may ovulate and menstruate and all of that, babies are not, like, for some people it's more spiritual reasons why they are not conceiving.
Or you keep your spiritual reasons why you are still married. But I'm saying that I will applaud you that you have been ovulating from 8 years. 30 minus 8 is 22. So for 22 years, calculate how many times you have used pad and you've not been able to be pregnant. Why are you? But it's so sad that you find yourself when you want to now make babies and it can't come. So when your daughter gets her menses at 8 and 10, it's a serious issue for you. In this generation where parenting has become a problem, where boys don't have patience to wait, the first thing they ask for is sex. The last thing they ask for is sex. The middle thing they think about is sex. Then when your daughter starts menstruating at 10, you are scared. Go one sha, ne anyim no wrongly. So it is better that when your daughter starts menstruating at 10, immediately when she is 12, 13, put her on the pill. So that by mistake, if she meets any erected male organ that is not qualified as a planned pregnancy, she won't bring you an unwanted child. So an unwanted pregnancy is a pregnancy that happens as a result of sexual intercourse that is meant for fun and ends up to be baby making. So I miss you again, we are having fun. This act of sex is meant for pleasure. All of a sudden, sometime. Me, where do you mean? I will not terminate this one. This child will be born.
Yep.
This child will be born and you don't know what she's... You see, when people tell me that you don't know what this child is bringing to the world, I am not God. I say, hey.
Counselor, this one I'm going to disagree with you. You cannot say that because you really do not know what the child is going to be. Probably the next president of Ghana, the next president of Uganda.
You don't know what is going to become in future. You don't want
there
to
be Minkase Enuintino Sorinako just go and do anything you like. No.
I'm talking about
when mistakes happen.
Pregnancy. Why are you not pregnant?
Because I don't want to get pregnant.
So if you don't want to get pregnant, you get pregnant, it's unwanted.
True.
And the child is unwanted.
Yeah, but you do not heed the child, you don't abort it.
So don't tell me, say, Obi Nim the obesho be the achinti. When you have a wanted pregnancy, when you are going to have sex, did you ask God that this erected penis am go di?
No, counselor. No, who is going to do that? Why they won't do that. It comes out of emotions and
Tama brante ni di me me nya can be say we die e obrimpon e die ni edi me
counselor.
obrimpon.
Listen, people, keep the dial right here at Dinkra Multimedia. We have 147 people streaming right now on Facebook, 42 shares. Counselor is still teaching us, so please, Counselor, we're taking it back to you. Please put your comments. I see people commenting a lot. Tina Sapon, James Aday, a whole bunch of you, Charles Jemfi. Shout out to you all that tuning in. Please bring in your questions. Counselor, we're taking it back to you.
So the issue is that if you watch carefully, we are talking about parenting, but how the child comes is very important to us.
Okay.
So you can have a pregnancy that is unwanted. Once it's unwanted, the struggle you go through, and let me tell everybody, look.
Tell us.
If you grow and you find your father to be prominent, solid, a good father to you, thank your mother.
Okay, please repeat that again.
If you grow as a child and realize that your father is prominent, a good man, a solid, presented human being representing God on earth, thank your mother.
Why is that?
Because it is a woman who determines who the father of the child should be.
Okay.
The same way when you grow and see that your father is as useless as a mop, blame your mother.
Blame. Okay, I guess. Blame your mother, saying because some people are really great men, great boyfriends, but they're horrible fathers. See, playing the fatherly role is different from being a boyfriend.
No. When you tell me they're horrible fathers, I don't understand you.
Okay, so say in the relationship they were there for you, they will do this, they will do that. When a child comes in, it's a whole different ball.
Is he a planned child, an unwanted plan?
Both.
Unplanned?
Both.
No man will have a planned child with you and will become useless. So you are going out with me. Shigage, you are going out with me, Counselor Lutros. I meet girls who tells me that I'm not ready to marry, but I want to have a child with this man. You ask them why. I said, for the future of my child.
Okay. Are they looking for the looks or what?
Not
the
just
man
look,
has
they're looking
quality.
at prominency. There are names that when you have a child. If you have a child with Obama, do you know what a child means?
Hey, and yeah, of course.
He is not an automatic president. But a good name is better than riches.
Yeah.
They are names that will open doors for you. They are names that when you mention, they get up and they salute you. Kofi Annan, may his soul rest in perfect peace. But the name Kofi Annan has clearance.
True.
So women who can see into the future. No, yesterday I was watching a video of a guy who said he has been in America for 30 years. He's begging on the street. Who brought him? The mother brought him here. Look, you are born here. When your mother was pregnant, a certain man who was not married to her was sleeping with her and she got pregnant. And the man said, don't worry. I am a minister of state. I am so and so, director of this thing. But I want you to go and deliver this child off the shores of Ghana. So looking at your face, not too beautiful, not too presentable, you are a citizen of America by birth. Because your mother went through the process that he didn't just meet a man, but accepted to drop you here. And to when he be America, if you grow and become a useless child, what Jimmy?
Counselor, no. I think I won't allow you to say that. Well, you've already said it, but still, I disagree.
That you grow and insult your mother?
And you, Biana,
a woman who got pregnant in the village, but struggled to drop you in the city and the town that is 200 years in democracy. You grow and curse your mother in America and become useless. What, Jimmy?
No, Counselor. Some children grow up with certain negative traits around them. Society plays a major role in this. Around gang violence, around.
Forget about those English. You know where parenting begins? And I've not started my lecture on parenting.
I can tell. You are
I'm
doing
just
a
about the
debriefing.
process of having a child. And I'm telling you that when you grow and realize that you have a father whose name alone gives you clearance. Me, Lutrot, my name alone is clearance. Because every human being, when they mention your name, there are two things that comes into your mind. Either you are good or you are bad.
Okay.
Simple. When they mention your name, there are only two things. That your name has a record of good or the record of bad. So when a woman is determined to have a better future for a child, they don't just ask for any male organ to impregnate them. So I believe that when you grow and realize that your father is despite, even if the despite didn't marry your mother, thank your mother for allowing a man like that to impregnate her.
How counselor? No. Okay, if we're going for namesake, then I get it. However, if a man of such caliber still does not play the fatherly role, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the name that the man
we'll come
carries.
to the fatherly role because you don't know who a father is. Do you know who a father is?
Yes.
Who is a father?
A father is an individual, a male figure that has been there for a child emotionally, financially, and mentally.
So when a man is not there emotionally, financially, mentally, he's what?
Oh, your daddy. Oh, your daddy or your father.
You see your problems?
What problems?
This is why parenting has become difficult. And I think we'll not finish parenting here today.
Okay. Yeah, I think next time I'm going to bring some few more people to join on so we
Guys,
can
we believe the whole
dissect.
America.
Yeah, because I think we need
But
some
we'll speak
viewpoints.
the truth and we'll set people free. But hear this. If you define a father like the way you are defining him, then we'll never stop having wayward children. And we'll not have mothers beating their chest to no saying that I single-handedly took care of this child.
But they did.
But if you'd never single-handedly took care of the child. And the funny thing is that most of these unwanted pregnancies, majority of the ladies even end up not even naming the child properly.
No. Counselor, no, I beg to differ.
You grow and you are writing your grandfather's name. Your mother's name is what you are writing.
Okay,
Your
okay.
destiny is shattered for the rest of your life.
That
No matter how rich your grandfather was. So out of the unwanted pregnancy, people use anger to do a lot of negativity. And I'm saying that parenting begins from pregnancy.
You don't wait till the child is born before.
The way you get pregnant determines the parenting of the child.
Okay.
And to Jahuna Jimmy Bisha on yin sound is over Jimmy Ba. I don't know Munchi no crasa.
Yo, counselor. No. Sometimes, in many people home nim say a branch say abofra bim na say ye raise children their mentality, their perception about things, it's not going to be right for the child.
Mommy.
Yes, papa.
Or baby or da obetimani. Uti and yet they be an obetimani was on
Yeah.
Bosumi be you have only 1 day to get pregnant. Are you aware? But me, I have no timetable for impregnating a woman. My sperm is active every second. I produce sperms in 24 hours.
Sir.
Me use nina into tahopoti.
Shout out to Counselor Yere. Shout out to you.
So if anybody should guard themselves from children in entry into the world, it is not a man.
It's the woman.
So I'm saying,
Okay.
if you hit this earth as a human being and realize that the man who is called your father is useless, blame your mother.
Okay, so no. Uko bisa o mama question say I didn't know o mama papa ye sebe useless and I say like o
mama ne ma useless man nyemo no.
It o bisa o mama sa question we.
Me brekwa enya me bebre ye san se mama ampre ama obi o wani onyama endi na nhye ne nyensen.
Okay, I get the angle you're coming from.
There are people who Despite is taking care of, but it's not their children. Do you know why? I am a friend to Despite. I've impregnated you. And Despite knows me. And then you go and say, that Mbacho, Oba Manu, Lutrot, na me. Kolani we go school sa. So actually, Despite is taking care of my child. Not because he impregnated you. By virtue of the connection of the name Lutrot. That is why Despite is doing what he's doing. What do I say? And I make confident. It is the woman that will determine parenting starts by pregnancy. And the bear may be no better.
Yeah, I think certain women will agree with what you're saying.
Certain women.
Yeah.
Then the world will still be basa if it's just certain women. Every woman should think.
I'm saying women who have gone through parenting where it didn't go well for them.
And those of you who are coming, who did it, you the Gen Z generation, the millennium thinkers who don't have future.
Hey, we have a future, counselor.
This fast track mentality, human being.
No.
Everything
counselor,
is
we have a future.
Moon Jim Bibia, and I'm happy I've not been like you before. You see, Penny no being your bidder. I'm afraid but you have never been your generation before, where you don't respect everything is fast track for you. You don't know how to cook. You can buy food. Anything you want is on your tip of your finger. In my generation there was no Android. There was nothing like tap your finger to see.
Yeah, but
your generation is fast track generation. So you want to have fast track children, fast track marriages, fast track sex. You don't give respect and recognition to sexual intercourse. Our time, there was value for sex.
I think that's where the parenting comes in.
So parenting comes
even in the Gen Z generation, that's where parenting comes in, where parents are going to educate their children.
We don't understand you people.
How?
Because we did common entrance and form 4.
And SAT.
So you see, for parenting to go well, the basics are very important. How you get pregnant determines the way parenting will go for your child. You can challenge me. You can argue in your home. You can say, don't worry.
People are coming for you here in the comment section.
Because you see, that's why I give you an example. Your mother is somewhere in the village. The story of Amachi Dede, and they say he has a son who is about 40 years. You all heard the story?
No.
And the woman came to narrate the story that Amachi Dede came for a dance 40 years ago. And the board dance ni we na and no call ho. On any die and I did chin or call banner papa shusha no sambano or by now Amachi Dede mo fi kro mo hu ni bio. And your work will not true na Amachi Dede. Akola nyin sa Amachi Dede. Amachi hu akola se akola ne se no. And also says sad say e go DNA na mafo ade ya baby. Ni ehwe say abofra ne ene dia. Whatever happens was that the woman has not forgotten that he has sexual intercourse with Amachi Dede. And Amachi Dede is so worthy and owesika. Akola ne hwe enye ni problem. The worst of it is akola ne di 40.
Oh.
Or ye bema. Na maame na ya ade say abofra no to na Amachi. Enya fi na kope di akoto ne di. But all the no so di Amachi bema. Value for the future. Oh akola no. And akola wonyi na be ya papa, unim nyansa. This boy at 40 had a gas to insult their father.
Really?
Yeah.
For what reason? I think you're feeling like papa and
because debut. Uma me say papa nie. And akwa akasakasa say we jawo. No, deal with your mother. Your mother has given you a good start. That your father is Amachi. Oshewu. Wanshewu. Who is your father? So look, a father is not the one who gives love, the one who pays fees, no, a father is the sperm donor.
No, I disagree. Counselor, I disagree. A father, aside being given being the sperm, not a sperm donor cry, you should show love. You should be there for your children financially.
You are making a mistake. Who is a father?
A father is a male figure who is there for their child in nurturing financially.
Can you go and check the definition of a father? You are not coming.
A father is not a sperm donor.
I'm saying that a father is the male figure who gave birth to the child. So a man who slept with you and they have a child. He's the male parent of a child.
No, that's your daddy. A father is different.
Who's the daddy?
The one you're describing, I think, is a daddy. A daddy is the one that came and had sexual intercourse with a woman and
who's the
wasn't
father?
there.
And who's the
A
father?
father is one who is there, present physically,
Please,
emotionally,
a father is the man
financially.
who-
That is the father.
It is the male figure of the male figure. So we have a male and female. So the man who deposited his sperm is the father.
Onto one now, or
He's a father. Oshewo, otuafiso, when tuafiso, the DNA that you are working with is this man. Asa.
who calls Ruba Femo your daddy?
Or your father.
Daddy.
Daddy, maybe I'm going to find if you daddy near
Gen Z, you know, daddy, okay? You're a daddy, no?
maybe I'm going to find daddy ni fee,
Yeah.
but the meme can say, hey, your father.
Okay.
And the father is that man. So nobody walks and say that I am a single parent because I am the only one who gave birth to the child. Somebody impregnated you. So there's a father. So
Yeah,
don't
but he
tell me a
wasn't there.
single parent.
The father
So
wasn't there.
I was reading something today and on Instagram. Obobia Dakwa, former member of parliament somewhere in the NDC, and the son has been called to the bar, and she wrote an article that she's happy that as a single parent, what she determined for the son is what has happened. I love what she said, but I was disappointed.
Why were you disappointed?
No, if you are a single parent and the child is writing the father's name, there's no father who is upset too. Every father is present in the life of the child as long as the DNA is talking. So it's a choice to be a single parent.
So when you say present, do you mean that the DNA of the dad that's
As you are
running
sitting
the
here,
child?
you are replacing your father. Are you aware?
Yeah.
Is your father sitting here?
No, he's not.
When
I'm
you-
sitting here.
When you mention your name, what's your name?
Eduampong.
Who is Ediampong?
My dad.
So who are you representing?
Eduampong. But I'm Priscilla. I have my own identity. I have I have the name.
Hello, please. Don't tickle. You use Gen Z girls and boys. You are tickling yourself and laughing.
No.
As you are sitting here,
Uh-huh.
you are representing your father. It's unfortunate that you are a girl, that you can't reproduce for the family,
Excuse you. Is it unfortunate
that you are a woman. So you
that I can't do what?
You can't reproduce for the family.
And
Now, you know who are. I can't wait to the day.
but that doesn't mean that my dad's name dies. No.
Over to the day. Hey, I mean, come you could do to the day.
Mikunu.
Bermani ding.
Okay, yeah.
You can be a father and not a husband. You can be a husband and not a father. So we're talking about fathers. Don't force yourself to look for a husband. Because some people are better off without a husband but has a baby daddy.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, I think we should talk about that next time. Gen Z and baby daddies is becoming a trend where people do not really want to do
And it is not your
the
generation
marriage
that started.
thing. Oh, it started long before our
Who was
generation.
Perez? Do you know Perez in the Bible?
Perez.
Okay, so the young man who spilled the sperm.
Yes.
His father. You remember his father? You remember his father?
Yeah.
Okay, so Judah, Tamar, his father-in-law, was so wicked that he says he's waiting for the small boy to grow.
up and then marry Tama.
Then Tamar heard that the father-in-law was coming to shear his goat. She changed into a prostitute. Is that right?
Yeah. Just so that she can get him to have intercourse with him.
And the father seriously hit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. He met the father and allowed the father to sleep with her and became pregnant. And that's how we have Perez. So, and the lady, Tamar, was determined to have a child from that family. And unfortunately used their father. So it's not a Gen Z mentality. Okay. In the olden days, there were women that when they see that a catechist comes into an area, maybe say me banning dachi a catechist. No, I'm a catechist in another. Maybe say me banning a headmaster. And most of them took this decision, unfortunately for them, sincerely speaking, Some of the children they gave birth with the teachers, today are teachers. Some of the catechists today are catechists. You see, I will always appreciate my mom and salute women. That is why I don't like women empowerment. Because women are too powerful to be empowered.
Oh God. Counselor, this you
women
don't want to fight this
are
battle.
too powerful to be empowered.
Oh, okay. Okay. But sometimes our society makes women feel like you do not have all it takes to be in certain positions
Because
of
you
power.
want to
So
compare
just need
yourself
that.
to a man. Remain a woman.
No, I don't think a woman wants to compare.
Don't compete with a woman. Compete only with a man. You see, I want you to learn how to appreciate your mom. Your mother gets pregnant and delivers you here. Brother, you have a startup. You have a very good startup. A very good startup. A very, very good startup. So don't fail your generation. And I mean, me papa. And I mean, papa, you didn't, brother.
No, but
papa.
Umami Nimo Papa doesn't mean that Umami no Nimo Papa would naturally transcend to the child. There's so many children who grow up without knowing their dads, and especially young girls, it affects them.
Whose fault?
Whose fault is that?
That
It's the dad's fault. It's the dad's fault that he wasn't there for the child.
How?
Because if you're having a child, I'm sure Mama or Bana Kacha will say, I'm pregnant. And if you are having a child, you should be there for the child in all aspects.
The first thing is that
you do not just have.
You are pregnant for me. You know that I impregnated you. Does the child have a father or not?
Yes.
Does the child have a father or not?
Yes.
So what's your problem?
So having the father doesn't mean that you are there for the child and
Where
the
am
mother.
I?
You are not there.
I am. Where is your father?
Me, my father is there, but the child is not there.
Where is your father?
The child probably doesn't know where the dad is or
where
who.
is your father?
My dad is at home.
As you are sitting here,
Yeah.
is it easy for us to know who your father is?
No.
Okay, so yes.
No. But counselor, you can no. It's not. No. You are not answering my question.
I've
You are
answered your
no.
question.
You are not
See,
answering my question.
Our problem
No.
with parenting and all these errors are that we are refusing to accept the fact that a father is not the one who puts the child to bed. There are additional responsibilities that a man chooses to do. Once you know that this man impregnated me, he is the father of the child. And he can be absent but always present.
Okay.
As you are sitting here, your father is sitting here. That's why I say that just because you are a woman, that's the only deficiency. That the family procreation has ended when your father have you. So if your father doesn't try to produce a boy, the family has ended.
Yeah, and if okay, the family has ended. However, there are some women who do not even allow their children to know the whereabouts of their fathers.
So,
and
if your mother is refusing you to know your father, then your mother
is the one to be blamed.
Then your mother allow a roof rat to sleep with her.
No. Counselor, sometimes it's because of how the men have shown that, okay, they are either incapable or they are scared of being fathers, and certain reasons, maybe financially they are not up there to be there for the child. So the parents probably
Does it
feel like,
change me from being the father?
no. You still remain the
So
father.
why won't you show me? If you're not proud of sleeping with someone like me, that is why you're not proud to tell the child who the father is.
Or the father was not in the life of the child.
If I'm not in the life
Then
of
you
my
are not
child,
proud.
I say as long as I am the father, I am always in the life of the child.
No, you are not, counselor. I beg to disagree. There are people here. This conversation is getting interesting. People are saying yes. Counselor is giving some points, and Tina Sapon said, "Counselor Jibutu. Hey, Auntie Tina, when counselor let us know what is it that he said that you agree with." And I see people in the comment section. Dorothy says there are some women who do not let the children see their fathers. See, the same thing I was saying.
If you refuse the child from seeing the father, does it change the man, that said man, not to be a father?
It doesn't.
So he still has a father.
Yeah, but the father
why
is
do
not
you say-
there.
Please. Is the father? Do you know the father? Do you know who impregnated you?
Counselor. Yeah, okay, I'm not agreeing because we do know the father, but he's not there in the life of the
Where
child.
is he going
so probably travel. No, who knows? Who
So
knows
if
where
you
the-
travel, does it make you not to be a father again?
Do you know how many people are about Abrochre that they've left their kids in Ghana or even here in Abrochre? They have kids elsewhere, either out of wedlock or with other women, and they are not in the lives of those children.
Does it mean they are no more the father of those children?
It doesn't mean they are no longer the father. However, they are not playing their fatherly role.
What is fatherly role?
Counselor, I've said this.
And I say what you are saying is an addition to who a father is. The basics are that I am the father of the child, and that is how parenting starts.
So being able to give a sperm into an egg makes you the father. Yes, we get it. However, there are other roles that is attached to that fatherly role.
Says
it's not
who?
just pushing the child that
Says
makes
who?
you the father. Says society and God. You have to
What
provide.
did God say?
God says a man
Did
is
you
the
see
head.
Moses' father in his life?
No, you can't use that analogy. You can't use that analogy. No.
Did you see Moses' father in his life?
That was those times. You can't use that
Oh,
analogy.
so but you take Moses' blessing, but it's those times.
Huh? Minji Moses blessing.
In
yeah.
the Bible, how many children did you see their fathers in their lives?
David and Solomon. David was there for Solomon. Even with all of his concubines, he was still there for them. Job was there for his kids. Even though he lost all of them, he was rich. He was providing for them. But which other one? Abraham was there for Isaac as a father. He was there.
And Ishmael. Don't forget Ishmael.
Yeah, Ishmael. Yes,
he was
Ishmael
a
as
father.
well. Yes,
When
Abraham did his
Ishmael
duties.
When Ishmael left because of the greed of Sarah, after marrying Hagar, and Hagar did what she can do and sack Ishmael.
I think
and
that's
the
a
mother.
debate for another day.
What is that?
That's a debate for another day.
But are you aware that Hagar was not? No, she was not a side chick. She was a wife.
Oh yeah. He
Oh, you don't
actually married her.
I gave you that scripture the last year when I came.
Yeah, you did. However, there are other versions that showed that so there are different versions. Some versions.
There's only one version. The NIV is original manuscript. So don't forget about the King James.
Okay,
and the
there's a
rest.
question
So-
here for you. Before I let you go, Dorothy Cujo has a question for Counselor.
Go ahead.
She says, Counselor is right. He will always be the father. Technically, there are many other roles of a father. Thank you for agreeing that there are also many other roles
But the
of a
first
father.
basic thing is that
The sperm donor.
he is a father.
Okay.
There's no absent father in anybody's life. The father can be absent, but present. Keep that in your head.
Okay. I agree with you. Being abofrana, yes, when abofrana father, you are the father. However, you cannot neglect other roles.
What do you call
which
neglect?
Take paying school fees, tuition, feeding the children, being there for them mentally, being there for them spiritually as well. All these are roles of a father. You can't just say ma wo akola ma forget to say I'm a father. That's it. No, there are other things that you have to also play a role, because mothers do not do that. Mothers do not say because me push akola me your mother me ja honum ko. No, they are there for them. They nurture these children. They breastfeed. They teach them. They bring them. They instill-
Time.
No,
And
you.
I name
So then, what makes a mother? Because if a father,
time and an imbadi nechi.
into the man in a chair, akukọ batan.
And akoko ba time and imbadi nechi. I would say akoko bear man and imbadi nechi. Bear man ye Jimmy for. And your bar air to think kwala on your But you can never tell anybody I'm a single parent. Stop that statement. That is why we have bad parenting in the society.
Counselor,
Go to social media.
single parenting is something that is there
Why if there is a father?
because these men are not playing their roles, and sometimes vice versa. The women do not want to be mothers. Counselor, this one day I'll disagree with you. Okay,
If
see, you
you have a child with me and I take the child away from you, does it change you from being the mother of the child?
No.
Can we get the basics right? My argument is
But
that
the basics is not all.
we are, our argument has been flawless. It has fallen flat, and we can't raise the children because we have refused to recognize that there are fathers in their life.
Oh, okay. If that I agree with you. That at some not even at some
If
point.
you raise a child with the pain that it doesn't mean only papa.
Oh, papa.
But you are destroying the fiber of the child. I have a child, and the girl I had a child with has written the father's name for my son.
Yeah, that I don't agree with that.
What about the
You are right for that. We'll see.
What about the deal?
Pacho Debbie.
No, and you are an irresponsible woman to have sexual intercourse with me. That you know my name. I am called Lutrot.
And then you go in.
So once I give birth to a child with you, I don't even come. And you know I impregnate. Every woman knows the father of the child. And I give birth to you and you give the child on Tuesday. You just give the child George Lutrot. Like at much in the days, thing happened. But you are behaving as if once I don't pay fees, once I don't buy clothes, I am not a father. Says who?
Then any man can go about in the street and just be popping babies and calling themselves fathers because
It's not calling themselves. It is by virtue of what they have done. My sister, there are men who are living in a posh house for 12 years now. They have not been able to become a father. They are only husbands. The three dimensions of a human being. You are a man. Then you make a mistake of becoming a husband by marriage. And impregnate a woman and becomes a father by childbirth. But I repeat this thing every day. You can be a father and not a husband. So can you be a husband and not a father? So women listening to me, don't die if your father, the man you are living with is taking care of the children and neglecting your responsibility. He's just a father and not a husband. But nobody can replace a father in your life. Whether he pays fees, he doesn't pay fees, he's still a father.
All right, folks. You heard it from the man himself, Counselor Lutrot, that whether he pays fees or he doesn't pay fees, he is still a father. So I'm going to allow him to give us his last few words on this particular topic. I think next time we're going to bring some more people because Papa, I said, me, my 1 woman thousand.
Bring the whole woman. Don't worry, bring the whole woman in America.
Yes. So, Counselor, give us a few of your last words and let's take it from here. The time.
So our conversation is straightforward. I want to do parenting.
Yeah.
What is proper parenting? The effect of proper parenting. But we have started from the basics. Next week, God willing, or any other day next week, we'll come and dive into proper parenting.
Yeah.
But if you've forgotten the conversation, parenting starts from pregnancy. So if you're watching me, you're a woman. You're watching me, you are a man. Don't just impregnate just anything. Remember the 3 forms of pregnancy: planned, unplanned, unwanted. So if you want to have a future for your child properly, either by virtue of the family the child will have to live in, make sure the man you are having unprotected sex with, you will love to write the name of that man. Not as a wife, even as a baby mama. If you love the future of your child, you will give that child a better father. Remember, it's not about the fees paid, but it's about whose DNA is running in the life of that child. Parenting begins from pregnancy. So girls, boys, women, hear this. Don't give in to sex if you are not prepared. Immediately you see that you are not prepared for the outcome of an ejaculation, plan not to receive it. I don't know if you'll be here next week watching me, but if you want to learn how to parent a child, let's have a talk. 862 571 3950. 862 571 3950. If you have told any child that you are the only one taking care, so you are a single parent, please, it's destroying the future of the child. It's becoming too much in our world that everybody's writing a story. Today I watched a video, they say this woman is working as a maid servant in Lebanon and has worked her life, and today he has raised a son, and the son is a pilot. And for the first time he was entering into Ethiopian airline, the son comes with a bouquet of flowers. And everybody's writing, oh, the toil of a woman, the toil of a woman. Hey, hear me, oh. If there's a man in this country called America who is the father of your child, and he's living, eating, drinking, please let him pay for child support. Child support is not a punishment. It's a reminder of knowing how to do your responsibilities. For the God that we worship says, a man who cannot take care of his family is worse than an unbeliever. Stop that pride. That superhero woman Nick, and I will take care of the child for him to see what the child will become. No man can meet the total needs of any woman. But let a man, once he's alive, please let him pay for child support. Let him be responsible as Shigega is looking for. But never deny a child of knowing that he has a father and you are not the only person. Even if the man who impregnated you die, remember, no woman impregnated herself. So there is a father in your life. A father can be absent, but always present because of the DNA. Thank you for watching. Sorry if you're angry, but my apology is not going for you. It's going for the child you have lied to, that he doesn't have a father. I am the father of the child. Let the child know how useless I am. Thank you.
Thank you. Listen, people, it's been an amazing time right here in the studios with Counselor Lutoy. And Charlie, I have nothing else to say here. He said it all. So we're just gonna let it slide for tonight. And please thank you all for tuning in right here on Adinkra Multimedia. The time is 8:30 p.m. New York City. Wherever you are, we say good morning, good night, good evening, good afternoon, wherever from the world you're watching us. We're saying thank you so much for staying tuned. God richly bless you for joining us this time. All our Facebook people, 270 people that streamed, and also from Counselor Lutro's Facebook Live. Please, he said his numbers right there. Please do not forget to reach out to him if you do need any counseling of any type. Also,
once you want counseling online, remember 862 571 3950. And if you want ginger honey chips, please remember, if you want ginger honey chips, 862 215 2007. The winter is here. Order yours now, please. Order it now and it will come to your doorstep. 862 215 2007. Let me wish you a happy birthday. Ghana has entered into a new day.
Yes,
21st.
Yes.
Happens to be the birthday celebration of Josephine Anaya Bading at the Immigration Service of Ghana. Today happens to be your birthday. I use this opportunity to wish you a happy birthday, longevity of life, good health, grow in beauty, and be that sweet woman that you have always been. Happy birthday, Josephine Bading.
That's right. And happy birthday to you, Madame Josephine Baidu. Thank you. So it's been an amazing time with you all. Again, it's 8:30 right here in New York City. Right here on Adinkra Multimedia. I was here live with the man himself, Counselor Lutoy. So the song playing is Joyce Blessing Victory. Stay blessed, lovely people, and no say wedding kuni mewie. Bye bye.